it's kind of like a fake it till you make it situation at the beginning. Cause like the first 3 months was really me just learning how to cold call. And then I hosted an internship. How do I leverage my knowledge of how to cold call to get more applications? I should teach a lot of people how to cold call at one time. And so then I had an internship, got in like 183 applications. That's 183 businesses that were applying for financing within like a 2-week time frame.
After you watch this video today, you'll have the idea of the perfect side hustle for you in 2026. This side hustle is something you can do that will put CEOs to shame in $100 million companies, to the point of where these sales reps are making over $1 million a year if you are a top performer in the industry. So let's sit down of the owner of a company who owns one of these businesses that, you know, puts these people in these places to make these side hustles into their full-time jobs. Thaddeus Voss, let's get into it. How you doing?
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
for the 10th time now.
I know this has been a lot of times now. So since we last spoke, one of the coolest things that happened is I actually closed my first MCA deal. And back in, from like your team definitely did a lot of the work there, which was great. But it was a $145K deal. And walk us through, I mean, do you know the details on that deal? Top of your head?
I believe I know some of the details, but I'll try my best.
So generally, if I remember right, it was a $145K deal. It was like an 8-point split.
Yes.
Generally.
That's what I remember.
That's what I remember. And then the commission was somewhere like 11K or something like that, like full. And then you get the split outside of that. But to think about, it's one deal, took what? Maybe three hours of work probably to process it. And you make plus $5,000. So walk us through, you know, your people working with you. What are they making right now? And how much work are they really doing to get that income?
Well, we have a commission-only structure, so you're going to have people at both ends of the spectrum, but the upper echelon, the individuals are making $1 million a year, right? And then the bottom echelon, it just depends. You know, some people, and I go into this with training sessions and a lot of my content, but it's like you kind of have to do the little things right over and over and over again, and I think people get tired of that. So, you know, you got some people that aren't producing, but that's with any sales.
Yep.
What I think that we need to be harnessing on, and I think the you know kind of motif of this right here is to find other professionals that are in the space that have access to business owners that need to make discretionary income, right? So we have individuals that are making 100, 200, 300 grand a year as referral partners, and all these individuals are doing is working with businesses that they already have, and then as soon as they say that they have some issues with cash flow or they need some funding, they kick that lead over to us and we handle it from there. So you don't have to learn any new skills, right? I mean, maybe you'll have some development, but you don't have to become an expert, put in 10,000 hours, right? You can leverage our team with the network that you already have, and you can make hopefully 6 figures plus, which is like handing off, you know, warm referrals. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many business owners out there who need extra income just themselves, because their business is a little slow or something like that. And most people don't know how to leverage their network to make it make a lot of money.
Right.
Especially if you're already in a job like accounting or financial planning, anything of these industries, you already have your book of business. It's now just asking a question.
Well, you didn't know anything about this space until what, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to dive in a little bit. And I think that individuals that, you know, especially in the accounting world where you don't have much sales that's taking place, it's like, hey, you just have to kind of let people know what you're doing. We've had some accountants send out newsletters. So they have regular newsletters that they send out, and they just say, hey, we've kind of partnered with a company that can now provide financing for you. You know, and you mentioned MCA earlier. This is full scale financing, anything from credit repair all the way to traditional SBA loans, like anything that you want. It just depends on what you qualify for and when the client wants to take the funds. But they just send out newsletters and they start getting warm referrals that way. And you can just kick those warm referrals directly to us for, you know, a decent commission split. And we'll nurture and we'll help. We'll take care of the client. More importantly, we want to make sure that your reputation stays intact. So we'll work with you intimately to understand, like, hey, where's there opportunities for more gross revenue? Where are there opportunities where we want to preserve, you know, brand recognition for yourself? So we really want to be intimate with that process for you as well.
Yeah, and if you're someone who understands the benefits of like, what can I really gain taking this loan? Like, why am I doing it? And if someone has a really clear why behind it of like, no, I get to buy this piece of equipment. This piece of equipment is going to make me 10x any interest rate this loan will ever make or be. That's why I'm doing it. So it's not only for me, it's the exciting part is A, leveraging a network, but B, knowing the upside of educating people on what having like capital in front of you can do.
Right.
Like, this is what immediate capital can do to your business, and this is why it really matters.
Right.
So really, what do people have to do if they're wanting to kind of say like, dude, I would love to make an extra 5,000-10,000 a week with just utilize my network. What do they actually have to do?
Well, I would say reach out to you at this point, right?
Yes.
Because so you're trying to build out your own affiliate network, and I think that that's exactly what we need to do. For those of you that don't know, you're going to get the same rates going through Cameron as you would directly with me. Cameron is working on building out the user interface to make sure that the process is seamless, and he's doing a lot of work that it's not that our team doesn't have the ability to do it. It's just we have so many projects that we're backed up, and so that's why we thought that this partnership made a lot of sense, right? So you can simply I would say DM you, right, to begin with. You can DM us as well, and you can do some type of shout out if you want to just tag Cameron's name. We'll give him the credit for it. But essentially, is we're trying to build out this pipeline to where we have as many touch points as we can to make that customer service journey. We want a 10 out of 10 review from you, not only from the income that you're creating, but also we want to really preserve your brand with your clients. Like, you have to trust that we're going to be taking care of your people the same way that you would. And in order for that to happen, we need more bodies, right? And we think that Cameron is going to be able to add a tremendous amount of value there.
Yeah, no, thank you for the kind words. I think another key point here is someone might ask, well, why don't I just do this directly? Trust me, you could, but it's a lot more work. And it's really just how much energy you want to put into something. And are you willing to take a risk of being only commission? Because a lot of people that I want to work with in mind, like, if you're someone who's like, hey, I want to become a full-time job, awesome. Like, you definitely could.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of risk with that. And you have to know a lot more, put a lot more energy into it. And if you're someone who just wants to be like, hey, I just know a bunch of people and I'm fine spending an hour or two a night just sending text out or reaching out to people, that's where it scales.
Yeah, it's perfecting your craft. I mean, I know how to trade stocks, but I have a financial advisor. I understand how law works, but I have an attorney. I understand how taxes work, but I have a CPA. More importantly, I've kind of built like this board, I would say, of like my CPA, my financial advisor, my lawyer, and a mentor of mine, my father. And we were like, all right, how do we achieve this really big goal that I have? And how can we make sure that the tax implications are there? How do we make sure that the legality is there? Things of that nature. I mean, I can go and try to figure all this out on my own. ChatGPT exists, textbooks exists, right? But I want to leverage my time to be able to continue to do what I'm doing. Most of these individuals that are probably going to be biting on this is going to be someone that's already somewhat entrepreneurial, or someone that has a daytime job, someone that's already making good money, right? They're happy with what they're doing. We're just trying to complement that. So, hey, by making a simple handoff, we can take care of this for you. Now, on the flip side, if you want to learn more about this process and this journey, we have an actual community. That community is called Funders Academy. That's actually in my bio. And this is just a community that tells you a little bit more about the alternative financing space. And we're actually releasing course content. We haven't started releasing the course content. I think there's 2 videos on there, but we're going to start releasing them every single week, I believe at the end of January. Don't hold me to it, TBD. But that's the goal.
Yep.
Anyways, the point is like, how can we teach you how to cold call service clients on kind of like the basic level? And it's all free, right? We're just trying to get educational material out there to help people get into this industry, because we believe that the alternative financing industry is super underserviced and undervalued as of right now. And we think that a lot of business owners just simply, they go to the bank, and I've heard horror stories where people have a 9-month approval process with SBAs. It's like, yeah, we can do that for you too. We're just going to say like, hey, here's this really tough loan to get, and here's all the assets you're going to put up as collateral, and here's how much time it's going to take. And if you say, hey, that's a lot of work, I'd rather take something a little bit more expensive, but doesn't have you're kind of paying for insurance. It doesn't have the liability behind it. Well, you can go this route, and this is something you can take in 24 hours. You choose, right? And we're going to service you however you see fit. But that community is going to be something that you can actually educate yourself on if you want to go down that journey a little bit further. But the point of the matter is we just want to be able to help as many people get into this industry and get into this space and be educated about this space as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and your story is one that I think most people could strive for. Where you're like, hey, like I did it. Like, you were the guy on the sales floor calling.
Oh, you got to learn from the warehouse.
You did it. So walk us through that journey, like these milestones. You're like, oh, I made my first 100, made my first X. Like, if finally start doing this, and how much work did that really take?
Well, it's kind of like a fake it till you make it situation at the beginning, because like the first 3 months was really me just learning how to cold call, and then I hosted an internship because I was like, how do I leverage my knowledge of how to cold call to get more applications? Well, I should teach a lot of people how to cold call at one time.
Yep.
And so then I had an internship and I got in like 183 applications within that's 183 businesses that were applying for financing within like a 2-week time frame. And so I'm like, all right, now I have to expedite the process of learning how to close. So now I'm closing all these deals as fast as I can, and I'm failing in a lot of areas, but I'm learning that process of how to fail and how to close and making some money along the way as well. So then I start getting really good at the sales process. And towards the latter end of that year is when I started making the 20K plus months, the 25K plus months, all that the stuff up front was like this building period, right? And this is me as a sales rep. So I'm getting like a cut of a cut of a cut.
Yep.
Right. And so if you don't have that 12 months where you can put 60 hours a week towards the product, this is why we're just trying to bring that expertise to you, right? I think everyone in the, that would be listening to this podcast has the skill set to do what we do. It's just, you got to really eat it for a while. But transitioning like from learning from the warehouse, like I worked for my dad's company. It was a plant food company. And the first thing that I did was I just started bottling their chemical mixtures for minimum wage. And then I started going to the farm and I started hoeing weeds. And then I started mowing the farm. And then I started doing marketing material. So like you learn from the warehouse how the business works and grow out, right? So I learned how to cold call. I learned how to close. Then I learned how to process. I learned how to underwrite. I learned how to manage. I learned how to do the accounting. I learned about the legal. And now I finally have like this team of people that I can leverage, which is great. Because there's sometimes areas of the day where I'm like, I don't have much to do. So I go find new projects. But it's like, how do you really learn from the warehouse and grow out? Well, steer me in the right direction if I'm getting away from the point. But the warehouse thing has been like a recurring motif for a lot of my career. It's like, I got to learn everything from the ground up for CRM. I'm super intimate with the CRM because I'm like, I have to learn this or I can't coach anyone or direct anyone how to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got to know the whole.
I had to learn code just so I understood how logic for code works. I can't code anymore.
Yeah.
But like, I understand how if and else statements work. Right. So I can say, oh, this interrupts this logic. Right. And that's learning from the warehouse. You have to understand those skills.
Yeah. And that's where it comes to, and this is just general being a better business owner, that if you don't understand every single facet of your business, like one of the reasons my agency's been able to do well is that like I get editing, I get the process, I get the filming. I know everything along the lines. And if something breaks, I know why it broke.
But it's a perfect cocktail because you don't want to spend all your time doing it. You want to hire other people to do it, but you have to know enough to be dangerous.
Yep.
Right? Like I want to hire an editor or a director of my marketing or, a fractional CMO or a full-time CMO or someone that runs my technology or someone that runs my sales force that's better than me. But I have to know enough to make the right hire and to inspire that person to continuously be better than me, but then work with our team because they're leveraging the other resources that we have. It's a very fine cocktail. Right?
Yeah, always. And that's the exact same thing that we're doing here with, with the business financing is, like I said, you can learn it all. Absolutely. But let's use what you're good at and let's use what we're good at. Yeah, and we understand how we both work. We understand how we both work. Even for me, like I definitely need to know how the process works because if something breaks or something's not happening, I'd be like, oh, underwriting failed or oh, the closer was bad. Like I need to know that. And then you can step in and make the process better for the client. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is client
experience.
Client experience.
Right. We want them to be happy.
And is it easy?
No. I mean, we have clients that they'll apply with us and they do $200,000 a month in revenue. But then this month they've done zero. And so we're on the phone and we're like, hey, dude, you're going to get a lot of money. Like this is a no brainer. You have no debt, no litigations taking place. Credit score is good. But then you did zero revenue this month. And so it's like, all right, that throws a wrench in the cog for unsecured money. Like we're purchasing future receivables as opposed to now we can go a different route. But I got a 1-star review the other day because the guy was like, I was told I could get money and now I can't. We're like, I guess we mismanaged your expectations. So I'll take it on the chin for that. But at the end of the day, it's like, no matter what's going wrong, when it comes to finances, it's just amplified because these clients, it's their whole life. They've worked so hard to be this business owner and they are their own boss, right? So hearing from someone else that you do not qualify for whatever reason can be extremely frustrating, especially if you have payroll on the line, that next big job that could give you your big break. But it's like, we have to work as your financial advisors and be intimate with the process and be following up with you weekly or at least monthly to understand, so you can understand what you need to be doing within your business to make yourself look the best. It's like we're building your resume to borrow, right? But sometimes we have to eat negative reviews on the chin. And it's just because when things go wrong, I personally believe that a lot of people want to point the finger to the money guy, right?
Yep.
Because we can save or break, what's going on within your business within that period of time. But what the clients need to understand is, as a broker, only so much we can do. It's the banks that we're trying to show your resume out to the banks for people to bid on you, right? Yep. So anyways, it is what it is. But
I made a video a few days ago, and the whole theme of the video was the story of your bank statements.
Yeah.
Like your bank statements are telling a story, and you could tell a good story or a bad story.
Yeah.
And if you want to tell a bad story, this is how it happens. Kind of like a story of your life. You want to be fit, work out, have a good relationship with your spouse, like all these things. We're not going to have a good story. I can't go tell someone to like want to date you or want to talk to you if, like I said, there's no income next month, or it's been a decline over the past 10 months.
Yeah.
Like if all of these things are building up, it's like your story's just not very good.
Yeah. And so how do you create consistency within that story? It takes proactiveness. And I think that's the one thing that business owners need to understand is like, hey, and I say this all the time, you're probably sick of me hearing it. You be the best plumber, contractor, restaurant owner. You be the best person in manufacturing. You be the best person in real estate. But if you don't have intimate understanding of your own finances, you need to hire someone else to help you. And we do those things for you for free, right? We get a commission when we sell some type of product. Yeah. But like the amount of work that my guys do for our clients before the product is sold in a lot of cases is very heavy because like we want to make you happy so you continue to come back to us.
Yep.
So you end up getting to leverage our team to tell you more about your finances, to tell you more about your underwriting, to tell you more about your bank statements, basically for free with the hopes that one day we do business together. But that's just about like going back to like if you're a big time contractor and you're doing $1 million a month, do you have an accountant? Okay, so you successfully leverage something that you're probably not as good at to get talent for something that you have a weakness for. Well, you can do that again with us, but it's no cost to you, right? We just get a piece of the pie when you take a product from us. It's very, we are so inherently aligned. It's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
We want you to succeed. That way we can continue to get paid. So we have your best interests in mind.
Yeah. Well, especially when it comes to most of the products that you guys have, it's like I said, it's unsecured, which basically just means, hey, it's a buddy. I'm going to give you $20, pay me back 25.
Yeah. Hope you do it.
Hope you do it.
And there's negative repercussions for sure. I mean, that's definitely a trivial way of explaining
super high,
it.
Super high level.
But yes, it's much. I mean, it's not like, hey, you miss a couple payments, your house is going away. That's the difference with these SBA loans, these mortgage-backed loans, these hard money loans, which we do as well. And if you're, I've taken loans out against assets, and like there's a time and a place for it, right? Yep. But then there's a lot of other times where it's like, I just want that peace of mind that I don't have those assets up as collateral.
Yeah,
right?
and that, like I said, it all goes back to
you get the tax benefit of the rate.
Yeah.
It's a write-off. 100% of the interest is a write-off. So either pay us or pay Uncle Sam. It's your choice. But we're going to help you grow your business. Uncle Sam's not giving you a loan too often.
Yeah,
right.
Literally. But back to what I was saying about the the reason why the story matters so much is that when you work with people like me and we're getting into a relationship with the funding because we need to now trust you. You need to trust us, and then the lenders or the people with the banks need to then trust us again. Like, all right, we're all in the same deal. Like we just know what to expect.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're talking to a friend and your friend's, lost $20,000, is in debt and like has a criminal record, you're like, I don't really know if I want to loan you $20, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably not going to get it back.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same thing with business owners. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's also part of a funnel. So like, just to give a little bit more backstory to us, like the top of our funnel is the lead gen. The middle is the brokerage shop. The bottom is our in-house funding. So we're looking for the best and the top clients for us to give our money to. This is money from investors across the state of Kentucky, across New York, across Florida, all over the place, my cash. So like we're looking at this big sales funnel and trying to find the cream of the crop clients, and they get a lot of flexibility with our in-house funding, much more than most other places will give. So the point is like, again, we are so inherently aligned. Like we want to build you up, see how you borrow with other people, then end up bringing you in-house so you can physically talk to the individual who's writing the check, right?
Yeah.
as opposed to, making it a broker transaction. So again, there's just so much alignment that, not only the business owner needs to understand, but also potential individuals that can refer clients over is like, we all want everyone to win. And that's how everyone's going to win the most in the long run, is by keeping that in mind.
Yeah. Now describe, what is an ideal client for the company you're talking about is Lionheart. That's your personal funding. But what is the ideal client? Like, how could someone be that?
I mean, we have like a buy box, but I go outside of my buy box all the time. So the difference with us is that although we're implementing AI and a lot of automations when it comes to underwriting, we still will hear any story possible. So my fund managers will literally get on the phone with the client. And although you're outside of our buy box, if it makes sense, we'll lend to you, because we don't have any regulations. We just want to make sure that you pay us back. Right. So this buy box is simply like, hey, from what we've seen across the market, this is the trends that we want to stick to or stick away from. But we'll dip into uncharted territory whenever we feel like it's necessary, as long as there's repayment that's taking place, right? It doesn't matter what industry you're in if you're going to pay us back. It's a good investment on our end, right?
Yep.
But we're really just looking for individuals that kind of have experience with these types of products. We're looking for individuals that, even if something goes wonky or goes haywire with their business, they're not like trying to shut down the business or file for bankruptcy. They're going to work through it, because we have a lot of opportunities to work through those issues with the client. And now you have our cash. Well, you don't think that we really want you to work through those problems together? Again, we're really aligned. So, I'd say we're I think payment history and experience with the product is going to be the number one thing for us. Our average loan size is about $109,000. So we like the bigger files. So I don't know what other questions you have that can hone in on that better. I wasn't really prepared.
No, you're good. Well, I think that's a good example. So what I'm hearing from you is, for someone to qualify for, basically just qualifying for a higher end service at the end of the day, because you get direct relationships with somebody.
Sometimes they can get better offers from other banks, and we'll tell them that. Be like, hey, like, you have direct contacts here, or you can work with a broker transaction, but the term length is going to be 2 months longer. Again, it's your choice, right? So it just depends on what we come out with the pricing. But yes, you're going to get white glove service when you're in house with us, because we are inherently aligned as much as possible.
Yeah, well, that's why I liked when you guys, one of your videos you made where you were explaining that, like, MCA and stuff like this, higher interest loans are a white glove service, and just in general, because we get it's expensive. Expensive things are normally worth it because it's the speed. What's it? You get things fast, cheaper.
Our in-house renewals, they call me up and within 1 hour we'll have money, if everything makes sense. But like, it is that fast. Hey, I need an additional $100,000 add-on to my note. I have contracts in your inbox in 30 minutes and the wire's out in an hour. Like, it's that fast. People don't understand, like, it's so fast your head will spin. You cannot, you probably can't even set an appointment with a banker within an hour. You're going to get money from us within an hour. It's that fast. The broker transactions slow that process up because you're playing a game of telephone with more people. So
yeah, it's a lot of telephone. And that's where, and I think forward facing to other people too, if you can work with clients, and by clients, I mean other businesses that reply to their phone fast, like they're prompt on things, then you'll get better service because we can do things for you faster. Because a lot of what we do is relying on them.
Yeah.
Like, we need your bank statements.
You go to Chase.com, or you have a problem with your credit card with Chase and you go online. Are you going to sit there and say, hey, I'd rather talk to the robot? Or are you going to press 0 and go to the customer service agent? Well, we don't have any of those robots. It's all customer service agents. And not only that, they are paid very well to pick up their phone on the first ring that you call them, right? If we're already doing business, especially. So they really want to make sure that you're taken care of. It's going to be another level of customer service than you've ever experienced. Now, these are financial professionals, so it's a customer service. It's not the yes, sir, sorry, sir, every 2 second kind of customer service that you might be used to with a credit card company. But like, we're going to teach you everything that you need to know, but we're available. That's the thing. Like, you were texting leads over to one of my reps this morning at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. I was chatting with another rep at 8:30 about a different lead. Like, we are 100% on all the time. And I think that's kind of like the kicker with the commission only piece with some of these guys, is like, they really have to eat what they kill.
Yep.
In a good way.
Yep.
So
I think we should go into another, path of who is this for and who is this not for? This is not for somebody who shuts their phone off at 5 o'clock at night. This is not for somebody who doesn't want to do big things with their life. This is not for somebody who doesn't want to put in a lot of work for something to be hard. Like all those will not align with the person you want to be.
Well, I mean, if you want to be a broker, but if you want to be an affiliate and you just want to hand over the lead, we'll do that hard work for you. So there's the argument that like you do want to turn your phone off at 5 at night. We'll handle the heavy lifting and you get paid. So we're cool with that on the referral basis. Yeah. But if you want to work full time, no, that's not, our guys are in the office till like 7 or 8 at night, frequently. So
I think my brain always goes to like, I just want like killers and everything that I do.
Yeah.
So it's like, just don't be a little bitch.
Yeah.
So if you're an affiliate of mine, don't be a little bitch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that now. Basically, I love working with people that are just super excited about things.
Yeah.
And family life and stuff, and it's fine.
Well, you can have it all. I think that's what people don't understand. It's like you can have a sick family life, you can travel, you can make a lot of damn money, and you can be enthusiastic about everything that you do. Like there is enough time, and you can work out. There's enough time for it all. You just have to cut things out. You know, like I'm a big Chicago Bears fan, so go Bears. Like we're going to go watch them tonight. But I don't know every trade that's taking place every single year because, oh my God, the amount of bandwidth that it takes up in my head to learn the roster every year is fucking crazy. Like running backs, receivers, quarterback, like a couple key defensive players, like that's all I need to know, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And people are like, oh, like, this is your team. Why don't you follow them more closely? I'm like, because like I have banking rules in my head or accounting rules in my head because I feel like that's more important for me to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. So it's just really reorganizing your thoughts and like the I like to say you only have 100 decisions you can make in a day. It's obviously a metaphor.
Yep.
Are you going to spend 30 of them on fighting with someone? Or are you going to spend 10 of them on deciding what food to get? Like you can streamline these processes so you can open up your time to be thinking about things that are more conducive to your long-term goals.
Yeah. Something I do think is a good fit. If you're a crazy opportunist, this is a good fit for somebody.
I think you're already working with small businesses, financial advisors, attorneys, CPAs, insurance brokers, real estate brokers, things like that. I mean, you're already like giving office space, commercial real estate brokers. You're already giving office space to the client. If there's an opportunity that they could use funding, that's a great way to just send them over to us. Those CPAs, you're doing books for these clients every single year. Well, before December hits, you realize that you can take money from us so we can pad your bank account. You can write off 100% of the interest, especially do accrual-based accounting, which is a huge tax deductible right towards the end of the year. And it's a win-win for the client, for you, and for us. All of us mutually win together. So I just think that if you're touching a lot of small businesses right now, I don't need the most intense work ethic. We want the leads to come over. We want to pay you handsomely for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's the different tiers of it. And I just know I'm aggressive, guys. I will say that. If you want to be an affiliate and you're not super crazy, I still want you. You're still loving. You just might not like me the most because I'll be a little aggressive when it comes to the energy. And you are too. Like we're both just really amped up about it because it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I lean, me and you talk a lot now. It's because we lean into each other's energy. There's going to be people out there that don't share the same amount of enthusiasm that you're not going to be on the phone with as much, but that doesn't mean we can't do business together, right?
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. It's like you have even for my business, like I have clients that I'm like, okay, they're killers. I love working with them. I want 100 clients like you.
Yeah.
And I have other clients, and it's like every business, I'm like, it's okay. You come in, you do your thing. We're cordial, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect marriage yet.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move away from that, go into some of the logistics. So I'm sure you guys are going to have other questions about what this really looks like. So here's what it looks like. You're going to get a link. It's going to be a job form page. You're going to send it to your person, whoever it is. Let's say my name's Bill. I know Joe. Joe owns a lawn care company. They're doing $100,000 a month. They need money. I send Joe that link. Joe then fills out that link. Thad's team then does all of the hard work for us with years and years of experience and the professional relationships with the bankers, their own in-house funding, everything. And then you get paid. That is your workload. Your workload is sending a link.
On everything, too. Like we could solicit to your client a new product that we release a year and a half from now, and you get paid on it.
Yeah. It's the lowest effort thing you could possibly do.
There you go.
Which is great.
We can even do things like credit card processing. And credit card processing, you get paid a small piece on every single transaction that takes place through that business. So every time that credit card gets swiped, let's say that the lawn care company takes receipts through credit card.
Yeah.
every single time that a client swipes, we get a little piece, and that's a residual income that you'll get paid out every single month.
Yeah, I probably need to. So I didn't know you guys did that exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a lot of people there I could probably hit up.
Yeah.
With so is it you guys have like your own POS, like a Square thing where they can tap their card in person too, or is it just?
Well, we will run the processing for you,
Okay.
so you can use whatever POS or terminal you want, unless they're unique to that. Like Toast, you have to use Toast POS systems, but we can do things with Toast as well. But I think the hardest part about the configuration is like, you go to a restaurant, you want to buy a burger and you want no cheese on that burger. Well, you have to have all those things entered into the POS. So we'll help you configure it as well.
Yeah.
But after helping you configure it, we can do maintenance, things break down. You need to finance the POS systems over a term because it's expensive and you're a business owner and you're spending your money on everything else to get that storefront up and running. We can help you with those types of items as well. So I wouldn't say it's a core product, but it's definitely a product that we sell frequently. So
yeah, that's a big. I mean, I've had plenty of conversations with people. They're like, "God, I need a better credit card processor."
Yeah,
like that is a frequent conversation I have.
Yeah,
so that's an easy one there. Okay, let's look at payout terms because there's a few notes here. There's a few questions they're going to have to. What's general payout period?
So if we do something that requires a fee to be created, a fee is going to be like when we invoice the client directly, which there's several products that we can do that with. That would be paid out within the following week. Okay. So unless like for some reason the fee doesn't clear until like the day before payouts, it might be kicked 2 weeks out, but it's very quick. Every other product that we have is tied to a clawback period typically. The clawback period can be anywhere from 0 clawback period up until like, I think the longest one is about 60 days. So, you insurance brokers out there, that you have a red book for up to 12 months. It's not that aggressive, but 2 months sometimes. If for whatever reason that the client that we sent funds to is having payment issues or God forbid defaulted, we don't get to keep our commission. Obviously the bank is losing a lot more than we are. So there is anywhere from a 30 to a 60-day clawback period. We invoice out commissions after that clawback period has been rendered. That way there is no opportunity for us to have it like debit your account.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
So once the money hits your account, it should be yours.
Yes. So after that 30 or 60-day clawback period, they default after that period. Is it still the rep's commission?
Yes. I don't like saying that, but yes, it is. Yes. We want to keep the best interests of the banks in mind. That's how we build great partnerships. But yes,
Absolutely.
that is the case. Once we clear clawback period, the commission's ours. But our intention is to where they never default at all.
Yeah, you want to work with people that don't ever default. Like that is end of the story. That's back to
what happens. Some clients that are listening to this right now say, hey, you know what? These guys aren't that impressive. I want to go do this myself. Well, great, you can, but you might be getting 8 points when we're getting 12 because we do so much business with this bank that they're giving us a 50% increase in what we would be netting on a per deal basis because they want to keep doing business with us. How do we obtain those premiums? It's because we do good business, not just business, right? So we're getting clients to come in and pay in full so these lenders are happy. And because they're happy, they're paying us a premium, right? So that's some arbitrage there is like the leverage of our relationships with these banks. You're going to get paid more with us than you would on your own. But it's because we do good business. That's the key word there, right?
I mean, it's the exact same thing as like a distributor house. Like the reason you go to Target and Target buys everything for $30 cheaper is that Target buys hundreds of thousands of units.
A ton of it. Exactly.
They do the volume.
Yeah.
And that allows them to get the better rates, which is.
We're more of the wholesaler. Exactly.
The wholesaler. You guys have the relationship. You have all that history, those relationships built, which makes it better for everyone. And that's where, I'm sure someone can start their own brokerage shop. You can't. We're not going to be the people who say you can't do something.
Your community will help you do it. I'll give you resources to do it.
We'll help you do it. There's just other things along the way where, maybe this is for your evolution. This is where you start and you can evolve.
Yeah.
You can keep growing, but it's, you got to take baby steps.
Right.
Before you can just jump right in.
Right.
Well, okay. I think they have a good idea of what this entails and what this means. They understand payout periods, they understand all this. I'm going to get with your team because I have an idea now for a UI system I need to build for the affiliates, which will be fun. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this side hustle where you can make $1 million a year, possibly, like it's definitely possible. Send me a DM. I have 1,000 ways of contacting me. Literally, you'll find a way. You will find my number out there on the internet. And if you guys enjoyed the video, Thad, what do you have coming up? Any fun things?
Like I said, this community is going to be chock full of information. We're going to be doing a lot of marketing on the main alternative financing websites for it. So we're waiting for those to be released. That's actually the like call to action before we start releasing the courses. We're going to drip them out each module 1 week at a time. That's our big thing right now. We want to create goodwill. We're not asking for any paychecks. We're literally just looking for qualified individuals that we could do business with or even partner with one day. And so this is like our incubator to find like highly motivated, intelligent individuals that are in the space. And in order to do it, we just said, let's give as much free stuff as we can. And that's what we're doing. So we're giving as much free stuff as we can in order to build up this community. Any information, the community is kind of new, so we're just kind of getting started with it all. But we would love to build up that community as much as possible. Please go join. My Instagram handle is at Thaddeus, THADDEUS _Voss, V as in Victor, OSS, second underscore. So that's at Thaddeus _Voss _. Couldn't get the one without the underscore. Probably need to look into that.
You got to DM that guy.
Yeah. But if you look at my bio, there's going to be several different opportunities for you to apply for different types of, whether you want to be a referral partner, whether you want to be an ISO, whether you want to be a sales rep, whether you want to just be in the community. But the community is called Funders Academy. It's going to be chock full of free content, hopefully content that transcends like the formalness of the industry. Like we want to not be formal and we want to teach you all the ins and outs and like approach the grittiness that takes place and really debunk it and start to understand what's ethical, what's not. But join that community and you'll start seeing things be released there. So
sweet. Appreciate being on.